is a company actually, right? But you are discussing from health perspective, or is it hospital or what? One of the major issues that we agree on is PPE while attending to patient, patient,
Yeah,
patient,
I think
patients.
it's more to hospital because the PPE that we choose is for COVID-19 cases, so I think it's appropriate to say it's for hospital.
Yes, this is actually for health, right? But actually,
Yes.
in the scenario, this is a company, right? Not really for medical purpose. Okay, so this is
Oh, I
actually
see.
right used in your company, So you are not hospital, all right? This is for industry actually,
Oh, I
industrial
see.
PPE for industrial purpose, all right?
Because I wasn't really understand the topic
Industry.
given
This is
because I think it's a
industry.
bit a generic. That's why our group came up to do for hospital.
Okay, this is
So so we
in
have to
your
change.
company, right? Scenarios in your
Uh,
company, so you need to change this, right?
all right.
Okay.
Okay. So I have a question about the criteria.
Yes.
So the criteria need to be from the same company. Like PPE comes with a lots of compartments. Like not compartments. Different
Features, different features.
different equipments, right? Like helmets, the body protective wear, masks, and so on.
Oh, all right. You
Yeah.
can just
So
one type of PPE, Okay.
oh,
So you need to be clear that the setting here is industrial for industrial
okay.
purpose industry. Okay, we are not talking about hospital or healthcare, right? So we
Yeah.
go for industrial. So we just choose one type of PPE, all right, and then from different manufacturers or different suppliers or different manufacturers, yeah. So you
Okay.
need to compare it, all right? Okay, so maybe one
Okay.
type
Just
of
one, is it? All right.
PPE, yes. So you need to create the stories in the background and in the statement of requirement. So maybe so you can tell the problems. Maybe you receive complaints or reports from the staff about
Mm-hmm.
the PPE. So what happened to the previous PPE, right? So you create the story, or maybe old ones, right? The age, right? The PPE age, and not really suitable, right? Because of something, right? And then bec- most probably because of the old age of the PPE, and maybe you have, I don't know, you can create stories, right? Okay,
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
so you compare one type of PPE from two different manufacturers.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And then you can put the criteria. So what are the criteria here? Let me have a look at the criteria that you plan to compare.
The
Yes.
criteria we took was from different products.
Okay. Let me have a look at the
Okay.
next. No, no.
This is
The previous table.
we just list down back the criteria.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, here. Oh yeah, yeah, because here you are comparing many PPE, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to choose one type of PPE, and then you choose the criteria that you want to compare. It could be what?
Yeah.
What
Okay.
what are the criteria that you can compare for this?
I think maybe the appropriate one to use is the protective coverall like this. Like
Yeah,
I'll find
okay.
I'll find the one for industrial lah
Yes,
later.
yes,
But
yes.
I think this can cover like a lots of criteria like heat resistant, or maybe it has like other
Hmm.
um criteria that can be used to prevent from something like melecur. I'm not sure what melecur in English, like
Oh,
okay
abrasion.
yeah, the things from getting harmed because industrial can be working in factories
Mhm.
that uh that the temperature can be a little bit higher or lower, something like that. And other than that, I think um I think it needs to be last long because they have to work within 8 hours or more if they have OT.
All right.
So, so can I put it in terms of budget, like the cost?
Yes, of course.
Because okay, for the cost
Right.
maybe because they provide for workers maybe once per day. So if it's not strong enough, the quality is not as good, it can they have to wear another one. So from there the budget can be a little bit running low and stuff like that. Okay.
Yes. Now I check in the chat box I typed there. Maybe you can compare that
Okay.
for industrial purpose. Evac suits. Okay, so maybe you can compare. So you need to create the background stories. Okay, what happened,
Okay.
and then for all the 4 points of comparison or the criteria, then you need to provide justification. Okay, so maybe the cost as well. Yes, how much the budget. All right. Okay, and then the other three, what are they? No, actually, at least minimum four. But if you want to discuss more than that, I can accept
Okay.
that. No problem. All right. Okay. So you need to provide the justifications or the reason why you want to compare. Let's say the durability of that suit, for example. Okay, why?
Mm-hmm.
Because you say that our staff or our workers, they need to deal with dangerous chemicals, like every day, like for 5 or 6 hours every day, right? Or things like that, right? So you create the story or the justification for that. Why, right? The
Okay, sir.
durability. Okay, so you compare the durability. So yeah, all this must be real. You need to check online. Check. You need to go to the web page of the manufacturer, for example, or you can just Google from any reliable sources because you need to provide citation and references later, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so whatever you mentioned there, you provide citation and then you show the references, right? So that I know that when I read later, that you really take this information from the credible and
From the
reliable
website.
sources, not
Alright.
simply anywhere, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So get
Uh,
back to your team and discuss it. Okay, what type of PPE that you want to use for this report? Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
when do you want us to resubmit this? Because tonight I have a med test.
Uh, as soon as possible. All right. Okay.
Okay.
But you still, I give you 1 week for this, so you will submit this next Sunday, right? Next week Sunday. Right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sorry
Right.
for the wrong information.
Okay. All right. So get back to your team and discuss it. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Do corrections. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Next groups.
May